If we truly desire peace in Nigeria, we need to take some hard decisions. One of them is the need to free Nnamdi Kanu.
Ego mind to assess the happenings around the country. Okay, first is Nnamdi Kanu and his release from detention. Second is 60 years, or 35 years in service, and then you are due for retirement. And then, of course, the third is what factions. Then we've already dealt with that faction, but let's look at these two main facts, which is Nnamdi Kanu and then the retirement age in the civil service. Afenifere insists and has advised that Nnamdi Kanu should be released from detention. What's your take on that?
There is a lot about our country that could be better. But the reality is that if we truly desire peace in Nigeria, we need to take some hard decisions. One of them is the need to free Nnamdi Kanu. Now, there are multiple allegations against the gentleman, but he's not the only person against whom there have been multiple allegations. What we have in Nigeria today is a country that is functionally a cauldron, burning from almost every corner. And everything that could be done to bring about peace in Nigeria should be embraced. There have been multiple cases of terrorists who have been reintegrated back into our society, a phenomenon that is unique to Nigeria, the radicalization of violent terrorists. Fulani marauders of all sorts have found mercy at the hand of the Nigerian state. The southeast has been burning for some time, and it is not unknown that one of the factors responsible for this is the current incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That Afenifere has asked that he should be freed is in the spirit of a search for peace in Nigeria. If he is not to be freed, then he should be speedily tried. This has been the consistent call of Afenifere for years. If they cannot find a way to try him, if we can all admit to ourselves that we essentially have a political problem that has morphed into a terrorism problem, then why should it be so difficult to understand Afenifere's plea that the man should be freed and the path of peaceful reconciliation pursued? If we can make peace with armed terrorists, if we can free Boko Haram killers, why is it so difficult to embrace peace as an option in the southeast? That is the contention of Afenifere. We are not looking into the merit or otherwise of the charges. We're saying this has dragged for this long, nothing of substance has been achieved, peace has not been restored, and there is a veritable path to peace if you free him and engage with the dissidents in the southeast. That has been the position of Afenifere and every well-meaning Nigerian actually.
I'm on EPA for the same IPOB. What's your comment on that?
The IPOB itself has said multiple times that Simon Ekpa is not one of theirs. The Nigerian security forces knows who is who. If persons have committed crimes, they should surely be taken before the courts. Ekpa's case may not be conflated with Nnamdi Kanu's case. Nnamdi Kanu has been with the state for some years now. Muhammadu Buhari kept him in a cage for Tinubu to inherit. Tinubu has inherited him. Is he going to keep him in that cage, and then for how long would he be kept there? At what point would we begin the search for peace in the southeast? So when I'm speaking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, be careful to understand that I'm not conflating his case with that of Ekpa. There are two different cases. I am not an Easterner, but I am a Nigerian. And what ails one ails the other. And there really cannot be peace in Nigeria until we confront all these issues that have their roots in age-old grievances and injustices. If and when we've dealt with these, then we can start the journey to some rectitude. But Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I really don't know if the two can be treated exactly the same. And I wouldn't treat them the same.
I respect that. What about Omoyele Sowore, who was recently, arrested and detained, and he refused to be bailed? What's your comment on that? These are all legal issues.
You see, the problem with the Nigerian police, or shall I say the Nigerian state, and my brother Yele, is that Yele does not know how to pretend that he is anything but a citizen. The Nigerian state, on the other hand, can tolerate anyone except the person who presumes to be a citizen. So the constant battle between Yele and the Nigerian police is merely symptomatic of the relationship between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian public. Yele is your average Nigerian. Your average Nigerian in the sense that he's not asking for anything that the everyday Nigerian should not be demanding. The only thing is that while the everyday Nigerian might be prepared to cower before authority or pretend that everything is fine, Yele does not know how to pretend that everything is fine. So every time Yele moves is a walking violation of the Nigerian system. So the Nigerian state must constantly go after Yele because Yele is constantly demanding an account of the Nigerian state. That is what you see happening all of the time. That the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for Yele is merely evidence of the fact that the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for anyone demanding to be treated with some dignity, with some respect, or as a citizen. Shame on the Nigerian state. It's got nothing to do with Yele as a person. It is the Nigerian state that is lacking in the capacity to tolerate its citizens. All he has done is to point at the evils of the state, that the state has never found the grace to change, but has always pursued him instead of changing, tells you just how far we have traveled on the path to madness. Yele is done nothing wrong. Yele is just Yele, a Nigerian who refuses to behave like a slave.
The Afenifere has been known to not be directly in support of Yele's, antecedents. What do you have to say about that?
I beg to disagree with that. I beg to disagree with that. Afenifere has always been a progressive organization, and I dare say that there has been, I cannot even recall a single thing that Yele has been for or has ever supported that Afenifere has been against. We are not a reactionary organization. We are essentially a center-left political conglomerate. So how could we possibly have had anything against anybody professing revolutionary ideals? Yele is somebody we consider a natural ally. We might have our disagreements in relation to methodologies from time to time, but other than that, we have zero disagreements with Yele and we consider him a friend.
I am so glad that a lot of activists are coming out to call out the government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, this is somebody who is just fighting for freedom. He has not spied anybody. He has not done anything that deserves to be in prison. It's exactly 5 years already. They cannot trial him because they have no evidence against him or whatsoever. So why not let him go already? Perhaps letting him go might change a lot of things. And you and I know that it has not been easy for the Biafrans since or after the war. They want their liberation. They want to be free. They want out of this relationship. Why is it so hard to let them go? They want to be able to live freely, not be marginalized. They can have their own government. And that is all they are asking for. So guys, what do you think about this video? Comment down your thoughts, and it's your girl Susie here on Explorewithsu. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.